The world of The Young and the Restless spoilers Saturday's full. October 12th is no stranger to drama, but the latest twists involving Sharon Newman and her unraveling morality have pushed the limits of what fans thought they could expect. What started as a desperate attempt to cover up her involvement in Heather's death has spiraled into a dark, dangerous game. Now, Sharon is not only lying to protect herself, but she is also willing to cross even more dangerous lines that could lead to murder. The question now is, will Sharon Newman ever face the consequences of her actions? And is prison the only fitting end for her? Diane's tough love, was she right to punish Kyle? Before delving into Sharon's descent, let's talk about another complex mother figure in Genoa City, Diane Jenkins. Diane made the difficult decision to fire her own son Kyle from Jabot, a decision that shocked many. However, her reasons were rooted in tough love. Kyle's betrayal, stealing Jabot's formula and selling it to Victor Newman, was not only a betrayal of the company but of the family legacy itself. Diane saw this as an act of deep ingratitude and rebellion, and her decision to remove him from the company was a bold one. Jack Abbott, initially furious at Diane for her harsh treatment of Kyle, soon realized that she had been right all along. Diane's resolve to hold Kyle accountable wasn't just about punishing him. It was about teaching him a lesson that actions have consequences. Kyle had taken his family's loyalty and trust for granted, and it was time for him to face the real-world ramifications of his betrayal. However, what Diane plans next remains shrouded in mystery. There are whispers that she might be making moves that could sever Kyle's relationship with Jabot permanently. A decision that could push him even further away from the family. Could Diane have more secrets up her sleeve? Could her next steps truly end Kyle's connection to the family business and, perhaps, to his father Jack? Chance Chancellor, a man on a mission. While Diane deals with the fallout of her son's betrayal, Chance Chancellor is embroiled in his own battle, one that could define the rest of his career. For Chance, the investigation into Heather's death is more than just another case. It's his ticket back to the position of Chief of Police. If he can crack the case and bring the real murderer to justice, it could restore his career and his reputation. However, there's one massive roadblock standing in his way: Sharon Newman. Chance has always been a man driven by justice, and as he digs deeper into the circumstances surrounding Heather's death, all signs point to Sharon. Her desperate attempts to frame Daniel and evade suspicion have only fueled Chance's resolve to uncover the truth. But for Chance, this investigation isn't just about solving a crime. It's about proving himself once again in the eyes of Genoa City's law. His relentless pursuit of the truth has led him down some dangerous paths. He's already broken into Sharon's house, searching for any clue that could expose her lies. Sharon, however, has been one step ahead, growing increasingly angry and paranoid as Chance closes in on her. She knows that if Chance continues to dig, it's only a matter of time before he uncovers the truth. And that truth could send her to prison for the rest of her life. Sharon's desperation and Cameron's influence. In the midst of Sharon's downward spiral, Cameron Kirsten, a manipulative and dangerous figure from her past, has re-entered her life, pushing her further into darkness. Cameron's influence over Sharon has always been toxic, and now he's feeding her paranoia, convincing her that anyone who gets in their way must be eliminated. The idea of murder no longer seems like an abstract fear to Sharon. It's becoming a real option. Cameron, ever the provocateur, has told Sharon that Chance must die. He's convinced her that if she doesn't act quickly, Chance will uncover the truth and ruin everything she's been trying to protect. Sharon, once a character defined by her strength and resilience, has now become consumed by fear and desperation. But would Sharon actually go so far as to kill Chance? Or is she simply being manipulated by Cameron, who thrives on chaos and destruction? Sharon's journey has been one of highs and lows, but never before has she been so dangerously close to crossing the ultimate line. What was once about self-preservation has now morphed into something far more sinister. Sharon's moral dilemma, a character lost in fear. For fans of The Young and the Restless, watching Sharon Newman's descent into madness has been both heartbreaking and infuriating. Sharon was once one of the show's most beloved characters, a woman who overcame countless adversities with grace and strength. But in recent months, she's made a series of decisions that have taken her further and further away from the woman fans once knew. Now, the question on everyone's mind is, has Sharon gone too far? Her actions, from lying about Heather's death to framing Daniel and now considering violence against Chance, have led her down a path of no return. Sharon has always been a survivor, but her need to protect herself has now pushed her into dangerous territory. She is no longer just trying to survive. She's willing to destroy anyone who threatens her, even if it means murder. The irony is that Sharon's fear of going to prison has driven her to actions that could make prison the only option left. She's so focused on avoiding punishment that she's willing to commit even more crimes in the process. It's a tragic arc for a character who once represented strength. Should Sharon go to prison? Now comes the inevitable question. Does Sharon deserve to go to prison? On one hand, Sharon has undeniably committed serious crimes. Her involvement in Heather's death, her manipulation of Chance, and her willingness to throw Daniel under the bus are all actions that demand accountability. In many ways, Sharon has become the villain of her own story, consumed by fear and desperation to the point where she's lost sight of who she really is. But on the other hand, Sharon is also a victim of her circumstances, of Cameron's influence, and of her own inner demons. Her fear of prison is not just about the punishment itself. It's about losing her freedom, her identity, and everything she's fought for over the years. Sending Sharon to prison would be a fitting consequence for her actions, but it would also represent the end of a character who has been a cornerstone of The Young and the Restless for decades. The fans are divided. Some believe that Sharon has crossed too many lines and must face justice. Others think that there is still a chance for redemption, that perhaps Sharon can find her way back from the brink before it's too late. The final showdown: Sharon versus Chance. With Chance closing in and Sharon growing more desperate by the day, a final confrontation between the two seems inevitable. Chance is determined to bring the truth to light, no matter what it costs him personally. Sharon, meanwhile, is willing to do whatever it takes to keep her secrets buried. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Sharon goes through with Cameron's suggestion and tries to kill Chance, there will be no coming back for her. But if she hesitates, if a shred of her old self remains, there might still be hope for redemption. For now, the fate of Sharon Newman hangs in the balance. Will she face justice and pay for her crimes? Or will she find a way to escape the consequences once again, leaving a trail of destruction in her wake? As fans, we are left to grapple with these questions. Do we want to see Sharon in prison? Is there any path to redemption left for her? Or has she become too entangled in her lies and desperation to ever find her way back? Conclusion: a tragic downfall or a chance for redemption? Sharon Newman's story has been one of transformation, from a victim to a survivor, and now potentially to a villain. Her fear of facing the consequences of her actions has driven her to make terrible choices, and her alliance with Cameron has pushed her to the brink of madness. In the end, the question of whether Sharon deserves to go to prison is not just about punishment, it's about whether there is any hope left for her. Can she redeem herself, or has she fallen too far? Fans of The Young and the Restless will have to wait and see whether Sharon Newman will face justice, or if she will somehow find a way to escape it.